Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Grid League again, and today we're going to be using Dedenne here with the Shadow Lapras and the Shadow Quagsire in the back. They swap into their Shadow Glider, and we actually have the Ice Shard Lapras, but we actually did not mean to use this one. We end up getting the alignment, and we have to throw these Skull Bash back at this Blastoise. We are going to be able to reach 2 Skull Bashes, so this is some significant damage. And then we can go back in with our Quagsire into their Gastro here. We realize that the Blastoise has a ton of energy, so we need to be able to flip this game somehow. Flip this matchup would be really beneficial. Unfortunately for us, they do shield that move, and they pretty much know what they have to do. They throw a move here. We did call the bait, which is a good start. And now we have to shield because we're going to be pretty low after that point with those Muscleps coming in. But unfortunately, unable to win that game right there. So GG's to our opponent. We need to switch out our Lapras into our Psywave Lapras. Maybe we would have been able to deal with that Glider way differently if we had used the correct Lapras. Okay, they swap out into their Shadow Drapion. We are going to tank the first move and fire off this Aqua Tail. They decided to shield it, they decided to let it go, and we are going to shield this move in order for us to maintain alignment. And then we're going to be able to reach a Stone Edge here. This Stone Edge will threaten a KO or a shield, or significant damage rather. And now we see Belly Bolt lurking in the back. We fire off the player up to chip away, and it looks like they're going to be forced to throw several parabolic charges. Now we have to get to another play rough. This play rough will get the shield, and now we are in a really good spot. They go for another charge, which doesn't KO, and we can just look for a good amount of energy, but our opponent does elect to switch out, resetting their buff. X Scissor is used for the cap tie, and we are trying to race to another Sparkling Aria. This Sparkling Aria will get this low enough that we can just farm down with something. We know that they are relatively energy dry. They try to switch out into their Belly Bolt, but we were one step ahead of them, using our Quagsire to completely farm down the rest of their squad. So GG's to our opponents. Looks like Quagsire coming in clutch right now. Okay, interesting lead here. We are going to have to switch out. Our opponent does catch the move onto their Blastoise, so nice catch by them. However, we probably needed to throw Sparkling Arias anyways. They go for the Skull Bash, and we are going to have to come in with our Dedenne. Dedenne has to tank this Hydro. We do tank it, and we're going to fire off this Parabolic Charge. They didn't use any shields, so we are going to have to try to grab some shields somehow. We shield here, potential Trailblaze is used, and we're going to fire off this Aqua Tail now. This Aqua Tail here will get that shield finally, and we are going to shield here, even though it's only a nice threat. It will do significant damage still. Aqua Tail is used again, and we try to switch out. We do force them to use energy. This Night Slash takes them out, and unfortunately for us, they're going to be able to reach another Night Slash to take us out. So GG's to our opponent. The tough lead, and Shadow Scissor just too good for our team. Kind of a huge core breaker the more we think about it. Okay, next we have Dedenne versus Furret. Pretty good matchup here, considering we are resisting their fast move pressure. We get to this Parabolic Charge. Now we're going to be able to survive anything. Now Swift is used, We were going to survive it anyways, but we can survive it much easier with the buff. We tank that Swift, and we're just going to make sure we throw this parabolic charge right before they get to their move. They decide to shield it and swap into their Annihilate. This Annihilate here is non-shadow, so they can tank these moves a little bit easier, but they cannot tank another Aqua Tail. So they decided to let it go. Here comes the Furry. They get the farm and they get the energy advantage they needed, but our Dedenne already had a move, and now we're just gonna make sure we just shield this move here. Ends up being the Trailblaze. This is gonna be a boosted move. We can tank it. And what do we see in the back? Okay, ends up being the Corviknight. Corviknight with the no shields, unfortunately has no chance to beat one shield Lapras. 2 Sparklings and the Sideways are enough to take him out. So GG's to our opponent. Looks like the Lapras closing the game for us was the key. And not only that, but making sure we shielded the correct Trailblaze from that Ferret. Ooh, Mirror leads here. They actually swap out into their Dusclops. So we're going to go into the Lapras. This Lapras is our big tank, and so is their Dusclops. Looks like they tanked the first move there. Huge damage. So they have to potentially think about shielding the next one. But they actually just get to another Shadow Punch, and we decided to let it go because we do not want them to farm us. And now we're just going to have to tank a move with this Dedenne. And we're looking for the farm. Okay, unable to get the farm down. However, we're going to be able to farm them down after tanking the move. And now we see the Diggersby in the back. Diggersby is going to be... Okay, they actually just soak the damage and then swap into their Dedenne. Dedenne had no energy, so this is going to deal tremendous damage. We shield here, potential player up, and now we're looking for the farm down. We do get the farm down, and this is looking good for us since Aqua Tails are super effective against this Diggersby. We are going to be able to reach a third Aqua Tail. Our opponent does reach a move, and we are going to shield, but they go for the Fire Punch bait. Now we're just going to fire off this Play Rough. Significant damage since our opponent is left with the no shields. The Play Rough wasn't quite enough, and now we just got to survive this and we get the farm down. So GG's to our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.